Just do some marching in place, get those legs juices going. If you don't have time, it's okay though. Use that first set of your exercises just to get good and warmed up, a little bit more juices flowing. But you always have a better workout if you have a blood flowing in your muscles and your joints are lubricated. And it takes a few minutes to get that going and to raise your core temperature just a little bit. So when it's colder out, it's even more important to warm up. Anyway, so let's get started here. We're going to do dumbbell squats. Now, you can start off without any weight whatsoever, and let's just focus on form. Let's pretend like we're holding the weights. So we're going to pretend that we're holding the weights at our side. You want your feet about shoulder width apart. Now, really make sure you look forward, and a good trick even is to look up at the ceiling. That way, it keeps your upper back nice and straight, and then once you get more weight, it'll keep you from tipping over at the waist. So, look up at the ceiling and squat down. Squat down just like you're squatting to sit down on the toilet. And then push back up. Squat down and back up. Try not to strain your knees too much, and if you need to take a little wider stance, put your toes out, sometimes that helps even more. So we're going to do 15 reps of this. So that's 4, 5, 6, 7. You can also pretend you're holding the weight up on your back. 8, 9, 10, 12. Remember to sit down like you're going on the toilet, or better yet, like you're going camping and you have to squat to go outside. That's always a good motivation to get that butt stuck back far away from your feet. So we're going to stick that butt out and come down and push back up through our heels. Nice and slowly. Okay, that's about 15. Now we're going to do calf raises, and this is simple. We don't need any weight for these also. You just stand your feet together and come up on your toes and down. 2, 3. You can hold on to something if you need a little more stability. That's always good. 4, 5. That's a little easier. 6. You can do one leg at a time also. You just put your other foot back on your heel. This adds a little resistance without having to use weights. That's 10 on my right foot. I'll finish out with another 5 on this side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Throughout your whole workout, think about your posture. Even when you're doing those and bent over on the chair, you want to have good posture. Okay, next exercise is stationary lunges. Basically, just take a big mama step out and lower your body down. You want to almost touch your knee on the floor, but you don't want that back leg touching on the floor. You want to use all your weight on your front leg and push yourself back up with that front leg. So you want your knee over your heel. You don't want to be like this. You want your knee over your heel. And then come back up again. Knee over heel. Use that front leg. Lunges, you always want to think about using your front leg for the motion. It's easy to cheat and kind of use your back leg to pull yourself up. We're working your front leg. So think about that front leg. Push up through your heel on that front leg. We're going to do 10 of these. Now that's 6, 7. Inhale, exhale, 8. Inhale, exhale, 9. One more. Okay, then we have to switch legs. So let's put the other foot in front, put the other foot behind. Now if you need a little help on this one with your balance also, hold on to the chair. Make sure you're nice big mama step. Make sure it's nice and big. Come down. Knee almost touch the floor. Use that front leg. Push up. 1. These are great for your butt. 2, 3, 4. As you get more flexibility and more strength, these will be easier. You'll just whiz through these very easily. And then you'll be able to start holding on to one dumbbell and holding on to the chair. And then once you get that mastered, you can go to holding 2 dumbbells and going up and down. Now these are called stationary lunges. We're using that front leg for the motion. We use our quads mostly and our butt. So think about your quads and your butt as you're doing this exercise. Okay, bikini butt's on its way. Okay, now we're gonna do some crunches. Just the basic crunch. That's what we're gonna work on. Now, if you do these the right way, you don't have to do hardly any at all to make them effective. So, lay down. Make sure your lower back is flat against the floor, so rotate those hips forward. Put your hands behind your head. Now, don't pull on your head, just have your hands back there, but not doing anything other than just resting. And then come up and squeeze. You want to squeeze these muscles. Exhale and down. Exhale and down. You can actually have your hands down on your tummy if you want to, and try to feel those muscles contracting. And you can even put your hands behind your legs if it's difficult. We're going to do 15. Really squeeze hard, exhale. That's about 7, 8. Keep your lower back on the ground. You shouldn't be able to put your hand in between your back and the ground. Okay, let's do 3, one more. 1, 2, 3. See, those are difficult. If you do the right way, then they get really hard. Okay, so now that was a little break for our legs to get ready for the next leg exercise, which is deadlifts. These are very important form-wise. So let's just start off with really light weights, say 8-pound dumbbells. And what we're really going to be focusing on is just our form. So put your feet about shoulder width apart. Let's say nice and tall. Stay nice and tall. And keep your upper back and your lower lumbar curve at all times in your back. Now, in order to do this, you have to bend at your hips, not at your waist. So bend at your hips, sticking your butt out and behind you. So you keep that lower lumbar curve in your back. So I want to show you exactly what I'm talking about. Right here. You need to keep this in your back. Very important. Most of the time you see people doing deadlifts, they're rounded like this. That is wrong. You cannot do that. You need to keep your hips rotated out and push your butt back. And then you'll feel it in your hamstrings, because this is what we're working, your hamstrings, your glutes, and your lower back. So very important that you use proper form. So keep on looking straight ahead. Okay, now you're down low. Come back up, movement through the hips. So keep that lower lumbar curve in, stick your butt out. You may only be able to go down this far at first while you're keeping that lumbar curve in. That's okay. I don't care. I just don't want you to, sacrifice your form and try to go down to your toes. It doesn't do you any good to do that whatsoever. So just come down, go down as far as you can with that, while keeping that lumbar curve in there, and up, down, and up. Okay, nice and slow and controlled. Okay, this is a really light weight for me. Okay, it's not hard at all. I mean, I can feel it, but my muscles aren't challenged to lift this weight whatsoever. So make sure you're challenging yourself. Okay, so that's deadlifts. So those take a long time to learn the proper form. So give yourself plenty of time to learn them properly. You won't be sorry, because lower back issues are saved from deadlifts. They're the #1 exercise in my book for keeping a really healthy lower back. And if you do them properly, if you do them wrong, they can cause more problems than they can help. So next we have lying side leg lifts. Now, these are, sometimes you think of these as a sissy exercise, but after doing what we did our deadlifts, we worked our glutes a little bit already, these can be really hard as long as you do them the right way. So lay your side. This is the area that we're working. So I like to put my hand right there. I'm going to raise up, and I'm going to pause at the top. Nice and slowly return down, and then up again. Up as high as I can go, and pause. Okay, if you go too fast, they're not effective. So nice and slow. I like to flex my foot. I like to touch right here so I can feel the muscles contracting. and down. See, I've already done 4 and I'm already